This is a Monty moment. I'm Johnny Montalbano. As we get you ready for the final weekend in October, all four major sports are happening together. And in the NFL, it enters a time of the year where it should, and I emphasize, should be easier to predict what's about to happen. The problem is that it just doesn't feel like that. It's such a simple process right now. The 49ers look like they were the clear favorite not only in the NFC, but in the NFL 2 weeks ago. But now, after consecutive losses, has the Brock Purdy effect taken a hit? How about the Lions after being totally dominated by the Ravens last Sunday? The Eagles are 6-1 despite not looking so sharp. The Vikings looked done a couple of weeks ago, but are they? They were 1-4, but now without they were. Nick, we got to start over. I'll just take it from the top. Oh, so
Sure.
You had that though as I was talking though, right?
Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't know exactly where to drop because I was waiting. So what I just need maybe a better cue for it because I didn't know exactly where to drop. So
Let me see here. I would say after I stress the second word, the second should. I'll say should twice, and I'll say I emphasize should be easier to predict what's about to happen.
I got it. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So actually, that works out better. So let's try this one more time.
Oh,
It's this moment. I like that. All right, let's try this one more time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is a Monty moment. I'm Johnny Montalbano. As we get you ready for the final weekend in October, all four major sports are happening together. And in the NFL, it enters a time of the year where it should, and I emphasize should, be easier to predict what's about to happen. The problem is it just doesn't feel like such a simple process right now. The 49ers look like the clear favorites not only in the NFC, but in the NFL 2 weeks ago. But now, after consecutive losses, has the Brock Purdy effect taken a hit? How about the Lions after being dominated by the Ravens last Sunday? The Eagles are 6-1 despite not looking so sharp. The Vikings look done, but truly are they? They were 1-4 and without the best wide receiver in the sport. Now 2 straight wins, including against those Niners, and they're back in the hunt. In the AFC, the Chiefs look really, really scary. The Taylor Swift effect is for real. And as Travis Kelce is going strong, this defense also very scary there in Kansas City. The Pittsburgh Steelers are somehow 4-2, despite numbers that would lead you to believe that they should be 2-4 or worse. But that's Mike Tomlin's teams for you. The Browns are a Super Bowl team, at least on defense. And the Dolphins showed you that they better get home field advantage come playoff time. And what is going on with the Buffalo Bills? But what I have learned, especially after week 7, is that the NFL is a long, short season. So let's see what week 8 brings. And what it does bring is a rare situation that in late October, all 32 teams will be in action, beginning with a Thursday night matchup between 2 teams needing to get back on track. But before we get there, let's discuss a couple of things happening around the league. And we have to start with a trade that came down earlier in the week as the Philadelphia Eagles acquired safety Kevin Byard from the Tennessee Titans. And you know what? Howie Roseman, he's at it again, folks. The wheeling and dealing Eagles general manager acquired Byard in a trade with the Titans on Monday. So, the Eagles have been banged up in the secondary this season, and they needed safety help in the worst way. And all they did was add a 2-time first-team All-Pro and former interceptions leader to a defense that shut down the high-flying Dolphins on Sunday night. And that's why, although they hadn't looked their best despite the 5-0 and 6-1 start, you knew that they would get better either with time and, in this case, a trade. And you know what? Would it surprise anyone if Roseman adds another piece or two by Tuesday's 4 p.m. deadline? I wouldn't. Look, I'm a Giants fan, and I can't stand the Eagles, but I respect the hell out of them because they always seem to get better the right way by making moves and proving it out there on the field. And Kevin's a 30-year-old safety who's one of 2 players in the NFL with 600-plus tackles and 20-plus interceptions since 2017. And his 27 picks are second most in that stretch in the NFL. So, again, I think this only helps Philadelphia as they continue to get going. And on the other side of things, the Titans, they sit at the bottom of the AFC South at 2-4. They're dealing with an injury to quarterback Ryan Tannehill, which may result in both Will Levis and Malik Willis seeing action against the Falcons, and also the likelihood that they are going to be sellers ahead of Tuesday deadline. So Does that mean that Derrick Henry is next? Stay tuned. And I wouldn't be surprised, because if you look at the Titans as a whole here, they entered with just 6 total draft picks, and only 3 of which came before the 7th round. They've got a first, a second, a fourth, and 3 7ths. So we'll see what moves are made and how many are made by Tuesday. And of course, we'll react to that all happening next week in November. So that's where we are right now in the league. So let's get to the Thursday night matchup to start week 8 here. And we need to bounce back in the worst way. Last week, I went 4-9 against the spread. I don't really want to talk about it, but it's just one of those weeks, and we will reminisce on all of that coming up on the next Football Friday show. But as far as the Thursday night game, 2 teams in need of a win in any way, shape, or form. You have the 3-3 Buccaneers and the 4-3 Buffalo Bills on Amazon with Alkirk and Kaylee. The Bills here, a big 8.5-point favorite. And if you look at the Bucs the last couple of weeks, if you look at them last Sunday even, not able to capitalize on a almost Bijan Robinson-less Atlanta Falcons team in a home loss that was decided on a field goal. Desmond Ridder continues to make mistakes, but the Bucs just could not capitalize on it. And their offense now is also in decline, scoring just 19 points, including just 1 touchdown in the past 2 games. Meanwhile, the Bills are fortunate not to be 0-3 over their last 3 games, and their injuries continue to mount as well up there in Orchard Park. You add Dawson Knox to that list, and they have struggled early in games recently, just 10 first-half points over the last 3 games. Last week, I did something that you should never, ever do. I took every favorite laying points, and deservedly, I went 4-9. I mean, that's not going to make any ifs, ands, or buts about it. But this week, starting with this game, I may take favorites, but not covering. And this is one, especially with 2 teams that right now you just can't trust. I trust Josh Allen over Baker Mayfield, but not by much. I can trust this Bucs defense to keep them in games. But I also cannot trust the Bills right now to cover spreads this large. And Josh Allen is turning the ball over with too much frequency. The rushing game has been very inconsistent. And on a short week, there's not a lot of time to work out these kinks. So while I like the Bills in this one, I just can't see them winning this game by more than 2 possessions. So give me the Bucs, who are getting 8.5 points to start week number 8. And if you like that pick, you're going to love our Football Friday show, as we do every week. We'll see you this Friday at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, presented by our friends at Wolf Spreads. Now, we're also going to have that as well as our picks, our bench locks, and so much more. So a little added feature to the Football Friday show, and we thank our friends at Wolf Spreads for joining us. And we will, again, that'll come up on more about that will come up on the Football Friday show. That's going to come your way this Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, with the whole group there coming up. And that's what's going on here. So we're ready. We're in week 8 of the NFL season as the calendar gets ready to turn to November, the month of decision in the NFL. And again, we're looking right now at a lot of uncertainty in the league. I mean, you can trust some teams. Like I think you can trust the Kansas City Chiefs. I think you can trust the Eagles get back on track. But there are a lot of other ones that right now you are confident on that you're not. There's some that you're just not confident on, period, and you know that are in the cellar. But I tell you what, this season, while it's a short year, it seems like it's always a long year, and we'll see what happens with these teams going forward. For more, you can like us on Facebook and Twitter at GameOnETB, on Instagram at GameOn_ETB. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MontalbanoNY. Of course, please check out our YouTube channel at youtube.com/ETB Network, where if you like our Monty moments and all of our content, leave us a like. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, and of course, hit that notification bell so you know when all of our content is going to be coming out. Also, check out our website, etbpodcasts.com, for great blog posts from all of our ETB talent. You can get written picks on there. You can get the fantasy angles, and you can get so much more on our website. And, of course, if you cannot watch us on YouTube, if you are on the go, make sure you check us out wherever you get your favorite podcasts. We are there for you as well. So a lot of stuff upcoming. I'll see you on Thursday, and I will see you twice on Friday, including for the Big Football Friday show. This has been a Monty Moment, and I'm Johnny Montalbano.